Did you get housing? No, I'm still working on that. Really what it is. I'm scared of her? No, I'm not scared of her because I've never been scared of her. So she's scared of me.
How's it going, everybody? We're back with another Tophiachu video, and with the last couple of weeks, Tophiachu has been having a very rough time, getting kicked out of her shelter, being separated from Mama Chu, having to find a new place within less than a week. She barely avoided living under the bridge, and now she's in a new shelter, and you would think it's now time to buckle down. It's time to get things together, at least a little bit, but no, Tophiachu has slinked even further into delusions, and above all of that, her laziness might have peaked. And I know that's a crazy statement to say, but Tophiachu has certainly accomplished it. Beforehand, Tophiachu would be literally running the streets of New Mexico. Literally every single day, she would be out there on a new bench at a new fast food joint that she didn't get kicked out of, sitting in the stalls. But now there's no more of that. It's just Tophiachu sitting in front of a TV, living in a fantasy land. She can no longer cope with reality, so she's got to watch movies 24/7, and her excuse for it is absolutely mind-boggling. She says that no one else in there watches TV, so she's got free reign. This is her dominion. It's prison rules now, and Tophiachu has the remote. You've got to talk to the OG if you ever want to watch your silly Games of Thrones, your Welcome to Derry. It's Disney Channel 24/7 in this piece. And Big Toph, she's not afraid to get into an altercation over that remote. She'll get into an altercation over far smaller issues such as Angie, because Angie, someone who's been a thorn in her side for a very long time at this point, has finally resurfaced, and Toph, after a very bad week, she's finally had enough of this girl. And she's like, listen, Angie, I'm no longer going to be listening to your crap. If you want to do something about it, well, you know what shelter I'm in right now. It's going to look like a UFC event in here. Like, look, I was stalking my best friend, and she didn't reciprocate my feelings, and I'm very hurt over that. I've been almost under a bridge, so you know what? If you want to keep talking, it's time to rumble. But before we get into all of that, we're headed to Las Vegas, and no, it's not time to rumble. It's time for Tophiachu to talk about her potential gambling problems.
I've never been on a double-decker bus, so let's live a little. And the signs are, I could not believe how cool the signs are in Vegas, because, like, it's Vegas. So they have sparkly McDonald's signs. They had slot machines in 7-Eleven. I was like, why don't we have slot machines in 7-Eleven? What are we doing? Because, like, I would literally go sit in 7-Eleven and just straight up like, it was so crazy. I did want to eat at In-N-Out, but there was another one. It's like Wahlburgers. Was it Wahlburgers? I think it was Wahlburgers, but I'm not sure. I can't even remember. I don't think it was Wahlburgers. It was something else. It might have been, but I wanted to eat at In-N-Out. I also want to eat at Hell's Kitchen, but anyways. I mean, I was the only person. We were the only person because it was like 5 o'clock in the morning because I had to leave. There was like someone hollering because like all the homeless people were there. One person threw a foam tray of like ribs in the street. I was like, dang, that was a waste of food. But I don't know. He was having an episode and he went wham. He just threw his food in the street, and then I was just like, you know what? Keep going, because I was like walking right because I got off at the wrong stop. There's this helicopter that's circling, and I'm like, oh great, now what? Because there's a helicopter circling. There's all these homeless people. Because this lady, she was getting on the bus, and she points, because, like, I'm getting on. I'm going to the concert. So anyways, I'm waiting for the bus to come to go to the BTS concert. She points. She literally points to the ground and says, that right there, that's where that little girl went missing. She's just like talking to herself. I felt bad for the poor lady because when she got off the bus, when she was getting off the bus driver smashed the door on her. Like, I don't know if it was her head, but he closed the door on her and then he had to open it because, like, or she did, or I don't know if it was a he or she that was driving the bus, but like, yeah, I was like, poor lady. I didn't even know where to get off, really. I didn't even know where I was going. I was like, oh, I see people going to the concert, so I'm gonna just follow them.
Do you guys hear how much joy and passion is in Tophiachu's voice when she's talking about Las Vegas? It's like her dream state. Everything she's ever wanted all in one place. A way to waste every single dime you've ever earned in your life. Fast food joints all over the place, and they're bedazzled just like her old cartoon she used to watch. It's like a dream come true, and Tophiachu loves every single second of it. But no matter how many bedazzled McDonald's signs Tophiachu could see, the thought of Tophiachu being able to waste money while having a very, very slim chance of earning some back is just almost too good. She can't even imagine having full access to something like that. If Tophiachu would figure out where a gambling joint is where she's at, she would never leave. She would be stuck there 24/7. She would be out talking to the people like, hey look, I just did a TikTok right now and it's gonna get like $100. I swear in a month or so, just loan me 100 right now and I'll have it, maybe even double. She would be worse than Boss Man Jack. She would be getting them $5 returns and having an absolute meltdown. Not the bad kind of meltdown, like a freaking out excited meltdown. Like she would be going off in that casino. To be honest with you guys, I don't think we would ever see her again. She would probably pawn her phone off, everything like that, for the allure of getting a little bit of money. I mean, basically, this is what the GoFundMe has been as well. It's like, okay, you could get thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, right? But you have one big problem. Do the trolls come in and take it all away from you in the blink of an eye? It is a huge gamble, and Tophiachu, she's willing to bet her life on it. This is like in the TV shows where you walk into the casino joint and you're starting to walk out and the wife or the husband is like, okay, I've got some bad news for you. I've sold the Chu Cruiser. I don't even know how I did it, but it's theirs now. I didn't think I owned it, but they managed. But in Tophiachu's case, she's got one up on everybody else in the world. When you're gambling, you don't want to go so in debt that you lose your house. Well, if you never had one to begin with, what's the real tragedy in it? Especially when you're Tophiachu, and you're going to lose that money anyways. I don't know how Tophiachu spends her money, but by the looks of it, not very good. She's not good at spending money, so maybe that would be a solid option for her.
I wanted to go to a lot of places because my brother was telling me about this K-pop shop he went to when he went to Vegas, and I didn't get to do that because I was too busy trying not to be stranded to get home. Because I wanted to go to where that thing happened with Tupac, and I also wanted to go visit Red Fox. He's like from Sanford and Son. He's a comedian, and he's buried in Las Vegas. I just wanted to go see his gravesite. I wanted to do a lot of cool things, but I didn't get to. But I'll hopefully probably be able to go back to Vegas and see more of Vegas again. So I'm still trying to send that video to them. So they sent me this place, which I just sent them the video that I can email because the video is too long to send them in an email. So it emailed it to them. It's like that one website where you can email long videos because it says that it's too it couldn't condense it because it was too long. It was only like 5 minutes and 30 something seconds. I told them, well, I tried to crop it down as much as I could. I remember the editing from last time, what they told me to take out, so I tried to edit that. So I sent it to them today. Finally, I was able to send it. Like, it was giving me issues because it wasn't even loading the video. And I'm like, it loads the video and then it does, and then finally it let me send it. So my hair is beautiful. Because I'm pretty sure they're going to deduct, which is fine. I don't know if they're going to deduct money from that because I didn't make that other video. But, you know, obviously obligations are obligations. So if I didn't meet the requirements, oh well. I mean, the other video, once they allow me to post it, then I'll get paid. Which is great because I'm still gonna get paid a large amount. I forgot to check to see if they made any updates, but I'll check later. Life is good. I mean, it's all right. It's like a lot of things going on, and it's a very scary place, but at least stay safe. My parents, they got this like large back pay from disability. It was like 30K or something like that. Anyways, we were like, wee. Well, we weren't wee, but Because he's an only child. He always wanted to give us everything that we wanted. So, yeah, he did spoil us a lot. And so I wanted to get my hair done. And I was like, yeah, I want layers. Like, I was like, yee, at 11, I want layers. And look, my hair never grew back properly.
I really don't think Tophiachu is about to get paid for this Temu ad. She's been talking about this for well over a month at this point, and she's just now getting it out. Well, she's only getting half of it to them. Alright, if anyone's ever been a manager or anything, like at a gas station or something like that, when you have new promotions coming in, the owner signs a deal and they're like, hey, we need you to set all of these signs out, do this, that, and the third, so I can fulfill this sponsorship that I bought. It's worth a lot of money to me and them. I would appreciate if you can get that done. Could you imagine going for like 2 or 3 months, never putting the signs out at all, and the spokesperson keeps coming by, keeps notifying you of it, like, hey, you're in breach of contract to the owner, and then he doesn't get paid for it. He's bought a lot of product that he now can no longer use. He's in a lot of trouble at the moment. The manager is certainly getting fired, that's you in this scenario, and now he has wasted a ton of money. What I'm trying to say right now is, like, when you sign a deal or you're like sponsoring a product, they don't want you to go half-ass on it. They want what they want right away. Like if they say you need to do this, that, and a third, well, guess what? You've got to do that. Like 100%. You can't just shortchange them or they're not going to pay you at all. And above that, you got a sponsorship. That's pretty crazy, right? That's a big deal. Now you're just ruining your reputation with them. So it's just a lose-lose scenario that Tophiachu could have avoided entirely. She has so much time on her hands compared to a majority of the other people in this world. Tophiachu has the least amount going on. She could have made that video whenever she wanted. She could have got up, stopped watching that TV for once. It's been weeks, Tophiachu, of you sitting on that couch, and recorded that Temu video, but you refused to. You was making every excuse in the world. It really sounded like when someone tells you to get a job and you're like, no, I've got this problem and that problem and I'm just not getting a job, basically. Like, you can stop running your mouth. I'm not going to work. At this point, I'm just starting to believe that Tophiachu is just so egotistical, and if someone is trying to tell her what to do, she just can't stand it and she'll refuse to listen. Like a child, she'll put her foot down, she'll start pouting, maybe let out a tear or two to show her disapproval until she gets her way or gets out of the situation and no longer has to think about it and or do what they was asking of her. And at the end of that segment, you can almost tell where that entitlement came from when she was talking about this very big back pay that her father got way back when she was younger, and she describes how she spent that money, or I guess how her family spent the money. It was, we had so much fun for like 2 weeks. We spent it all up. We was having the best time of our life. Didn't invest it at all. Didn't put any of the money back. Mama Chu and Papa Chu go get a job so they can keep on compounding on top of that back pay. Nope, we just had a blast and he spoiled me and Brother Chu. That's what you do when you get a whole lot of money. You just waste it all in a second. No wonder Tophiachu thinks that priorities don't come first. They're called priorities for a reason, Tophiachu. Your rent, that's a priority. Your water, your electric, your sewer bill, those are priorities. Not Comic-Con, not going out and having fun. This is exactly where she got that thought process. And she would have done the same exact thing with the GoFundMe money. She would have been like, I've been having a miserable time after the Brother Chu tragedy. I mean, who else in the world feels as bad as me right now? Nobody. So what do I deserve? I deserve to go to a Comic-Con. I deserve to eat at the nicest places I can possibly think of. And in less than a week, the GoFundMe money would have been gone and Brother Chu would be exactly where he is right now.
No, because when I'm not in here, the TV is off. Like, nobody watches TV. They won't watch it even if I'm not in here. That's what I'm telling you. I watch it because no one's watching TV. And when people do watch TV, is if they decide to watch a movie, which someone watched a movie the other day, which was Night Shift. Remember when I was on live and I said, oh, Night Shift is on. I didn't put Night Shift on. Somebody else did. Or Night School, sorry, not Night Shift. Night School. Like, I literally, nobody watches TV. I'm the only one. Except when someone wants to watch a movie. So yeah, what am I supposed to do? Like, I don't go anywhere. So, unless I absolutely have to. Yeah, my mom, I'm gonna spend Thanksgiving with her. I don't know, we'll have to see. Because I don't think buses don't run on Thanksgiving, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to get her down here. Taco Bell sounds nice right about now. I want to order some. Can someone send some money to my PayPal so I can order Taco Bell, please? I'm just kidding. People are gonna be like, no, you're not just kidding. Here's the thing: Why do we not question why someone had a house before, but can't afford to have a house now and can't afford to live? Instead of blaming people for a system, maybe you should start where the system started from, which is the government. Imagine being able to afford a house back in the day and then not being able to afford a house. People are like, well, I had a house. We had two houses. I lived in two houses in my lifetime, one of which my parents were renting to own, which didn't work out because my dad had mental health issues. His bipolar got the best of him, and we lost that house, but we were renting to own a house. So, and the other house we were making payments on, which was like $2,000 a month in bills. And I don't understand why instead of blaming people, you don't blame the system. Because it's so crazy to me that someone once has a house that doesn't. And it's like, oh, well, you want to live off the government? Like, the government doesn't even pay people enough. My dad was on a fixed income and he didn't even make enough. All of his money went to rent. That was it. Do you really want to go there? That's why you hide behind a fake account, because you know, and people could dig up stuff about you under a fake account. You're too to do it on your regular account because you do not want people to eat you up. You're a chicken. You're too scared to do it on your main account. I stand by my word. You don't even stand by your word, because if you stood by your words, you wouldn't be hiding. You wouldn't be hiding behind fake accounts. You would say it on your real accounts, but you don't.
It's crazy that Tophiachu doesn't even know that she's dunking on herself when she gets questioned about the TV, and her excuse for always watching it now is that, hey, there's no one else who watches the TV in this shelter. Everyone else is out doing stuff around this time of day. Even when they come home, they're so exhausted from having to work all day and getting their life together, they just go to sleep. I can't believe this. There's a free TV right here. It's like Roger from American Dad. This is Tophiachu's entire personality. For someone who hates celebrities so much for being rich and having everything that she could imagine and not being able to get close to it, even though she also wants to be famous and rich. But it gets even more hypocritical when you realize that celebrities are her entire personality. If she had a little bit of money, she for sure would be running around dressed as different characters trying to act them out, literally Roger from American Dad. And if she keeps going in the Papachu direction, that might be more real than you think at the moment. And then we got her pretending that she is going to help out Mama Chu for Thanksgiving. The last time we ever seen Tophia with Mama Chu after she got kicked out of the last shelter was when she wanted to use her EBT card. Then they were hanging out that day, but besides that, she's not talking to Mama Chu. And where are you two going to go to Thanksgiving at? Are you going to go to your uncle's house that tried to provide you for a house, or are you going to go to the other uncle's house who says he's trying to help you out, but he hasn't gave you a dime besides $300, and he's helping you get on a program which you could do yourself, so he's actually not doing a thing for you? But yeah, he's also the amazing uncle. With his help, you'll still be panic pausing whenever someone official walks into the room with you, because you know you're not allowed to live stream in there, but you do it anyways, like all day, 4 or 5 times a day. And you can continue raging at your chat, which, guys, she's about to rage super hard about Angie. Angie is talking about Tophiachu, and Tophia has had enough. She's been really high stressed the last couple of weeks, and she's taken all of her anger out on Angie. And if Angie wants to throw down, well, Tophiachu is ready to throw down.
It's stuff like that. Like, I don't trust nobody. I'm not gonna have nobody try to come to my house and steal him. Like, people are f***ed up people. They're still being f***ed up. You're still being f***ed up in the comment section. You still come in here being negative every day. You don't work on fixing yourselves. You're f***ed up individuals, and your mom is up for having you because literally, I don't think that she would agree with you saying this up shit online. Like, let's be for real. Your mom should be 100% embarrassed of what you do. You say, oh, well, your mom should be embarrassed of you. Why? Because I stand up for what the is right and you don't? You could care less about what's going on. And I'm so sick and tired of people picking and choosing who they want to support and who the they don't. It's so weird. Like, one thing you never do is want to piss off a Gemini, or once you've done something to a Gemini, they will never forget it and they will never forgive you for it. Even though I know we're supposed to forgive, like, no, I'm not gonna let that shit go. Like, I could never sit here as a person, a human being, and be so in love with someone and then lie to them like that. There was nothing suspicious. He called happy. He said that he was gonna be a father, he was gonna be a dad, and I knew that wasn't true. But what am I gonna tell him? Because every time we tried to tell him about her, he wouldn't listen until finally he realized she was the problem. He wouldn't listen to us. It always caused arguments between us and him because he would be like, oh, well, you know what? He got mad at me and said, well, you both need to stop talking about each other. Like, she was talking shit about me, and this is the fucked up part. Her and Space Kitten were talking shit about me when Space Kitten literally was at the Backstreet Boys concert. This is what fucking pissed me off. I literally went because my brother offered me to go. That's my sibling. You're there on video call enjoying a concert you didn't fucking pay for, knowing that you talk shit about said person's sibling, but yet, oh, they're good enough to hang out with because they're giving you free fucking shit. They were literally sitting. They were literally sitting in a freaking FaceTime watching the concert, and I look over and I see Space Kid and I'm like, what the bro? Like, what the? I was so freaking pissed off. But you still was laying in the bed. She wasn't even paying no rent at our apartment, but yeah, I'm supposed to pay the rent, right? I'm supposed to pay the bills while she's laying there not paying any bills. And of course my dad said they didn't have to pay bills to save for a place, but they wasn't saving for a place. They wasn't saving for a place. He offered them that option so they could save for a place and get their own place, and they were too busy. She was too busy blowing money instead of saving for a place because she didn't have to pay any rent. She lived off of my parents. She lived off of my family. She was laying in the bed with Space Kid and gave her $20 and said, haha, I gave her $20 because she does more than you. She wasn't doing shit. She didn't even have a job at the time. So whatever she told you, she was lying to you.
Yeah, she definitely woke up on the wrong side of the bed, Chu. It's very rare that Tophiachu gets on live stream and starts cussing out her chat. She likes to press Chu far better. You know, she gets a little bit more sympathy from it. The donations come in every now and then. When she's rage Chu, that doesn't really happen, but it makes her feel better. And when she's cussing people out, all it reminds me of is we're getting very, very close to Tophiachu going full Donald Slidell. The Papachu arc is right around the corner. I mean, think about it. She's literally sitting there in her shelter watching TV. If you was to walk by Tophiachu at the moment, she's just sitting there cussing at her phone, basically at nobody. If you didn't know Tophiachu was a TikToker with like a couple hundred followers watching her at the moment, you would be sure she's insane. You could draw some parallels to what Cyrax was doing not too long ago, where he lost a court case and he was sitting up in his attic screaming that he wins, and he was sitting up in his attic screaming that he's the winner, he never loses, but he always takes L's. This is exactly what Tophiachu is doing right now. And Toph, I've got some news for you. We've mentioned it in the past, but this is just a little bit of time out of people's weekends, weekdays. People can get off work, you know, they have other things they can do in their life, and if they're getting some laughs off of this, well then that's just what they get laughs off of. It doesn't mean they don't have jobs, it doesn't mean they never worked in their life, and it certainly doesn't mean their parents are ashamed of them. I get comments all of the time with people saying like, oh, my wife walked past this video and she said something that we normally always say, or it could be their mom, their brother, or vice versa. They don't even have to know what you're watching, but they immediately assume half of what we do, but we actually know the story, so we got some confirmation. They don't, but they think it too, Big Toph. They just have to to listen to you for a moment and they'll think the exact same way. Maybe someone will be a little more empathetic, but if they just deep dive just a little bit, it'll quickly fade away and they'll be in the same boat as the rest of your haters, which is sometimes your brother's ex-girlfriend. Could you imagine how crazy it is for some of your personal relationships to spread from real life over to online and then it becomes involved with your fan base? How nuts that all is. And it's not like Angie is the best person either, so it's this crazy weird family dynamic that you're just overhearing. Like, you know it's bad when the rest of the Chu crew hears that Brother Chu is potentially going to have a baby and they're all like, nah, that ain't real, she's tricking you, Brother Chu. And from all we know, Brother Chu was the only Chu of that crew with his head on his shoulders just a little bit. He was always able to keep a little bit of a job, he always had a car or something going for him. He paid the rent like until he couldn't no longer and Tophiachu failed him. So you would think Brother Chu might recognize this before the rest of them, but no, he was so in love with Angie out of all people. He 100% believed her when she was like, yeah, I'm having your baby, so please just let me stay here. And Papa Chu, it's so funny that Papa Chu has always liked Brother Chu far more than he has Big Toph. With Big Toph, she had to get famous or she was a failure. And then there's Brother Chu, who just like Big Toph needed to be famous or have like a sports career or something when he was younger for him to be a success in Papa Chu's eyes. But then, when Papa Chu figured out Brother Chu was an okay mechanic, he was like, wait a second, forget about all these famous ambitions. You can make $30-something an hour, maybe even more. Yeah, stick to that. Big Toph, you still gotta be famous. You gotta do everything for me. You must walk to the corner store to get my cigarettes. Oh, and please make sure to beg for money for them at the next door neighbors like you normally do. Thank you. And if you guys didn't know, that's true. Papa Chu used to need cigarettes, right? And would send Tophiachu to the next door neighbor to beg for the money to get Papa Chu cigarettes and then walk all the way up there. It's a terrible story, but it just goes to show you how much better he always treated Brother Chu compared to Toph. Like, he was demanding money from Tophiachu, but Brother Chu moves an extra mouth in to feed there and a whole bunch of animals, and Papa Chu's like, nah, he can stay for free. Tophia, you gotta find a new job or work even harder on TikTok because this is just unacceptable. We got too much going on here. Maybe Brother Chu gave him less of a hassle when he had to stand behind him for the videos, and you know he was still making Brother Chu do that when Angie was around. Think about how embarrassing that would be. Your dad storms into the room with your girlfriend and he's like, come on, let's go. And she's like, what is he doing? What's going on here? It's like, oh, I just gotta go stand behind my dad and smile while he does his politic videos. Well, I think they're political videos or insane ramblings. I haven't quite figured out yet, but I've got to stand there for 5 hours. Oh, can you do anything else? No, just stand there.
It's because nobody needs to whoop anything. I don't know who you talking to. If you're talking about that so-called stupid, she ain't whooping shit. I'm just saying. That girl is. Why are you calling me? Right? She's calling me. Why are you gonna jump me? You're rah-rah-rahing for no apparent reason whatsoever. When I'm just like calm. I'm not even trying to fight you, chick. Like, why are you trying to always fight somebody all the time? This is not Kendrick Lamar. This is not all my life I had to fight. I'm just calm. I'm just going live, just doing regular things, and then this girl's talking about she's gonna me. I don't fight people. We're not in high school. Really what it is. I'm scared of her. No, I'm not scared of her because I've never been scared of her. So she's scared of me. That's why she keeps saying she's gonna fight me. And if she wasn't scared, she wouldn't be lying on my brother saying he did what he did when he did. Anyway, so there was an incident where they asked us to leave. We were in the process of getting all of our stuff out of the place. We were waiting for him to come back because he had the Mustang, right? He went because I guess she called him. Something happened, so he went down there. He said, I'll be right back. Next thing you know, he's calling me saying, you're going to have to find a ride or ask someone to take. I'm like, luckily I had money to pay for a cab, but I didn't know anybody to give me a ride. I'm like, bro. He's like, well, what happened was that she's refusing to let me take the Mustang. And I tried to leave. She wouldn't let me leave. She got in the way. I told her to move, she wouldn't move, so I went and tried to move her out of the way. And the police might come because, yes, they're going to say it is contact because I tried to move her. I did.
You guys know it's serious when Big Toph is muting the TV. She didn't even have time to watch Nickelodeon anymore. She raised her head up and was like, okay. All right, Angie, you want to beef with me? Well, that's it. I'm coming for you. You want to jump on me out of all people? You must be joking. And that's just so funny coming from Toph, who has been trying to tell us for the last week or so that she's got all of these connections and she's a far more dangerous person than we could possibly believe. Her and Angie, if they ever come to meet one another, if this was to actually go down, would look like Baby D and Day Day from next Friday, running around some cars. Tophia's huffing and puffin, and Day Day, or I guess Angie in this situation. You know you can't catch me, Big Toph. Now listen, I got a GoFundMe password in my pocket. It's got an account. It's got at least $1,000 worth of donations. It's one of them new GoFundMe, them prime GoFundMes that they can't ban me from. Yes, Big Toph. Now listen, you're gonna leave me alone for a minute because you know you can't catch me. Now here's the GoFundMe money. Now leave me alone for a little bit, please. It's prom, I'm telling you. I'm gonna get you next time. Next time you better have $5,000 worth of GoFundMe money. And you better stop telling that story about Brother Chu. It makes me look bad. Well, alright guys, I guess that's enough for me today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, follow all the socials down below, comment as well, and you can use the new hype feature if you like. But with all that said, I'll catch you guys next time.